Welcome to another Mind Right Monday tip of the week. I'm Bonnie Kelly, and this week we're talking about how not having your mind right will sabotage your fitness efforts. Hi guys, welcome to another Mind Right Monday tip of the week. I'm Bonnie Kelly, and this week we are talking about how you're getting your mind right is going to help you in all of your fitness efforts. With me today, we're going to have Jamie D. Bernard. She is she's competed 2 times in the Olympia. She is a pro athlete. She has a mega team across the country, and she teaches tons of people just like you how to transfer their body and have a great relationship with food. She's somebody that not only have I partnered with on getting the emotional intelligence with the fitness intelligence connected, but she's also someone who I really find as a true inspiration to really kind of embrace like flexible nutrition. So we want to go ahead and welcome today Jamie D. Bernard. Jamie, how are you?
I'm doing great, Bonnie. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we love having you here, my friend. So let's talk about how not having your mind right, or how your mind gets in your way of your fitness and nutrition goals.
There's several ways that we're going to talk about. So the 3 ways that we'd like to talk about is your relationship with food, your motivation to get in the gym, and then how your body image is affecting how you're handling your fitness goals.
Right. And so when we have this distorted perception of ourselves or about food or even about, the gym, right? It'll prevent us, it'll paralyze us from actually being able to go out there and have success. So you've been a pro now for how many years? It's been a minute.
2011, since 2011.
2011. And so did you find that when you were starting on your journey that your mental attitude was affecting your fitness?
Absolutely. One of the things that I experienced and that I see athletes and transformation clients all the time is getting so wrapped up in their unhappiness with where their body is currently. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how great someone looks, they all are experiencing these same feelings of inadequacy or, the focus on certain things about their bodies that they're not happy with.
Absolutely. Something that Jamie and I both actually share is that at one point in our life, we both had, like extreme food addictions. And, because we had a very distorted image about what food was, it led me to having bulimia, and I know that it led you to having some compulsive eating. What all of that was a result of was actually how you were perceiving yourself, your relationship to food, and how you kind of fit into that mix.
Absolutely. And as far as the fitness goals, and we're going to talk a little bit more about all of that, the idea of just getting in there and doing something and not having to go extreme every single day. That kind of punishing mentality, and that all wraps up into the emotional intelligence part is it's a part of taking care of yourself. It's not a punishment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's where we begin to say, I want to do this, I choose to do this, versus I have to do this. And when we, and again, we're talking from experience, you looking at us, we both, we're fit, we go to the gym, we're pros. Ish, I'm not, but we're pro-ish. And but what we find is that even if we look great, people often are like, oh, well, it's easy for you. Look how skinny you are. Oh, it's easy for you. What do you say to people when they come up to you and say that?
Well, honestly, it can be easy for everyone. It doesn't. It's as easy or as difficult as we make it. So it's really about getting started on the journey and then loving yourself through each level of progress on your journey, and just reveling in every accomplishment that you make, as opposed to the thing that I see so many people doing, seeing a picture of someone else and then comparing themselves and feeling inadequate, and just kind of beating themselves up for it.
And you get stuck in that comparison trap, right? Especially with media today, right? Good grief. You look at any magazine, you look at any ad, and you just see these, sexy, women or, fit men who are just fully put to get, look, and you're like, oh, I can never be like that. And we get so discouraged. And what we fail to realize is the majority of those images are distorted. They're not even real. They're totally photoshopped.
Right. Even the videos you see and things like that, a lot of times people are dieting for them, or they're doing special, whether they're, losing water weight or doing whatever they're doing, in order to look right for that video. That's not necessarily how they're walking around.
Yeah.
And it's all about being the best you can be. It's not about what someone else is doing or how someone else looks.
Absolutely. So, one of the things that we are going to talk to you today about is giving you 3 different tips to be able to balance out getting your mind right along with, having aligning that success with your fitness and nutrition goals. So let's start off with the first tip, which is
improving your relationship with food.
one of the big things we're talking about is you have to let go of this idea of bad food, good food, this is wrong, I am bad, and really begin to just look at food very differently. So what do you suggest would be a good way for them to do that?
So the idea is to look for a place where you're balancing, where you're starting to look at each meal, making sure that you've got adequate amounts of protein, adequate amounts of carbs, and adequate amounts of fats. It's not about cutting all of anything out. It's about the balance between all those nutrients and starting to learn what those macronutrients are and how they affect your body and how much you need.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's the one thing that really, truly transformed, my fitness success, my nutrition success, and it allowed me to finally get over that hurdle of those food addictions. And it really, now I'm able to eat almost anything that I want, as long as I balance out, the carbs, fats, and proteins. So instead of looking at, oh, look at that donut, I'm looking at that and I'm saying, you know what? That's just carbs. Those are a lot of carbs. Or a lot of fats. There's not going to be any protein in that. And it's okay to have that as long as I balance it out with the rest of the things my body needs throughout the day. So when you begin to let go of that, you can have a little bit more peace.
That's right. I see so many people that are scared of carbohydrates, but that is your energy source. And typically, if you're looking to burn fat, which most people are, you're not going to do that as efficiently without having any carbohydrates in you. So like Bonnie says, it's really about that balance. So if you want to have that donut, you can have that donut. Make sure you balance it out with some protein source and watch it for the rest of the day, because now you've used up a lot of your carbohydrates and fats for the day.
And remember, so another big thing too is that fats are bad, right? You guys got to remember that your brain needs fat. It really, really does. And so just recognize that, you need the fats and you need the carbs to fuel you on. And I know there's a lot of diets that are going to tell you otherwise, but just realize that it is all about just getting them in balance. And a big way to do that is through flexible nutrition. And if that's something that you're interested in, you got to check out Fit Body You. So fitbodyu.com, and that is something Jamie and I connected on together. It's an online course to teach you on flexible nutrition.
Going through that course is going to help you figure out how many of each of those macronutrients you need and why you need them and how to put them into your day. So we've put it together to make it pretty simple for you.
Right, and then it allows you to start revving up that metabolism so you can eat more food. All right, guys, let's talk about our second tip to balance out this mind and fitness, which is
staying motivated with your workouts. And I hear this all the time. People are saying, I just don't feel motivated this week.
Motivation actually is something we need to really understand. It's a choice. Motivation is a choice. It is a choice you make to be motivated. It's not always a feeling.
Right, and one of the things we talk a lot about is habits. So you brush your teeth every day, hopefully. There's certain things that you do every day, not because you love to do them, because they're so much fun. It's a habit you've created because it's a way of taking care of yourself. Exercise is no different. So it's something you do to take care of yourself. You make it a habit, and I guarantee you, you're never going to walk out of the gym wishing that you didn't go work out.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I can't tell you how many times that, I'm like, dragging to get to the gym, right? And then when I get out of there, I'm like, gosh, I'm so happy I did that. You never regret leaving the gym. So here's the other thing too, and this is something Jamie really, talks a lot about, is you need to find exercise that's fun. You guys, that is a huge thing. I mean, not boring. Don't go there and just jump on the cardio machine and just do that. Go lift weights. Go find a gym buddy. Go take a class. Get some Zumba.
That's right. I love kickboxing. So turbo kickboxing is my thing. I never have to try to talk myself into going. I love to go. And for you, it might even be that you don't want to go in the gym. It might be something outdoors, whether it's hiking or whether it's there's so many different things that you can do.
Running,
and joining
biking.
a group is really great because if you have that social aspect, and whether it's a training partner or it's an actual group, it's going to help motivate you to get there.
Right. And meetup.com is a really great way for you to just go randomly meet other people interested in the things that you are. So if you're a kayaker, go join a kayak group. If you are a biker, go join a cycling group. You know, you really want to find things that you enjoy doing, and there's actually walking groups, there's hiking groups, there's, you know, you name it, there's people out there that are doing the things that you enjoy doing, and again, having that social connection is really important to your success. So again, motivation is a choice. You have to just choose to go do it. It is as simple as saying, you know what, I'm going to do this, and then also changing your language from I have to I want to.
Or I get to.
Or I can. So it's just about making sure that you're putting it in a place of an empowerment where you are saying, I'm choosing this because this is what makes me feel good, not choosing this because otherwise I'm getting fat. Okay? That's not going to feel good. It's going to disempower you. We need to empower your choices. All right, so let's talk about now our third and final tip for you today, which is
body image. Thinking about how you feel about the way that you look and your perception of yourself.
Yeah. Man, I know when I was so thin, and I was actually like 14% body fat. I was working out with a pro, kind of like Jamie. You know, I mean, I was in the best shape of my life, and I thought I was fat and ugly. And I cannot believe, looking back now at where I was, you know, and now, keep in mind I was very unhealthy, because at the same time I had an eating disorder, which caused me to have, you know, severe anemia. I was totally in this place where, you know, I was constantly very lethargic. And so my body, you know, was sick. But yet I was super fit, and yet in my mind, though, I was disgusting. Imagine that, like such a distorted image of, you know, our body image. And so when we look in the mirror, we are our harshest, cruelest, evil judges.
That is something I see all the time. Whatever a person thinks is their weak point is their complete and utter focus when they look in the mirror, as opposed to looking at the things that they love about themselves. Mm-hmm. I had two athletes at one point that were friends, and one of them's problem area, if you'd like to say, was kind of her midsection, and the other one had a great midsection, but her problem area was her legs. Both of them were so focused on how the other one was so much better than them, mm-hmm. when they just had different body types. And so one wanted the others, and one wanted the other, right? If you have straight hair, you want curly. If you have curly hair, you want... So it's really a shift in mindset where you start looking at the things you love about yourself. Yeah. Of course, we can always make improvements. We can always keep, you know, challenging ourselves to go to the next level. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, love where you are and appreciate, yes. you know, even the little hurdles that you're overcoming. Mm-hmm.
So one of the things, I love that statement, love where you are. You know, when I decided to heal my body, and really get rid of all of these extremes, you know, extreme diets, the yo-yo dieting, you know, the extreme exercise, and really kind of try to find this balance where, you know, I'm balancing out my carbs, fats, and proteins. I have flexible nutrition. I'm eating better foods. I have a better relationship with working out. I don't work out 7 days a week. You know, I mean, now I go to the gym probably 3 or 4 times a week, you know, and I really kind of just balance it out with my schedule. You know, when I was going on that, because I had done so much damage to my metabolism, and because I was underweight, I was really unhealthy skinny, I had to love myself as I gained 25 pounds that, oh my gosh, it was 30 pounds, you know, and I was heavier than I've ever been in my life, and I had to learn to love that woman right there in that space, and it was the only way that could start to shed itself from me. Because if you hate where you're at, you're just going to attract more of what you hate. You're going to find yourself feeling so much shame and guilt that you can go back to compulsive eating, or that you feel that you need to be on the exercise elliptical for like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and it never helps. You know, it really needs to love where you're at so you can get beyond that place, and then your body will start to respond to that love and that acceptance of, you know, what you feel.
Bonnie knows I love the saying, what you resist persists. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what she's talking about. What you focus your energy on is what you will draw more to yourself of. Mm-hmm. So if negativity and just being unhappy with where you are, you're going to draw more of that to you. When you focus on the things you love about yourself, how proud you are of yourself, mm-hmm. that you got up this morning and ate a good breakfast and went and did your exercise. When you focus on those things, you're going to draw more and more of those things, and you're going to get more of what you want out of life.
And you're going to be more motivated to do it.
Right.
So, you know, attitude is everything, you guys. So hopefully our 3 tips really helped you, you know, just kind of like shift your thoughts around this a little bit. bit. Again, if you want to find out more about Jamie DeBernard, you can go to fitbodyfusion.com, or you can find out about our university at fitbodyu.com. And as always, guys, we love to hear from you. So tell us your fitness tips and tools and tricks, and maybe you've done the macro diets and maybe you've done flexible nutrition. Tell us about your experience. We'd love to hear from you. So don't forget to connect with both of us on social media. And until next week, I'm Bonnie Kelly.